They all lived basically the same lifestyle.
I one su živele relativno isti život.
They certainly have the same religion.
Imali su istu religiju.
And they looked at their attitudes.
I delili su njihovo ponašanje, njihov stav.
They divided them into 3 groups.
Podelili su 3 grupe.
The ones who were very positive.
Neke koje su bile jako pozitivne.
The ones who were negative.
Koje su bile negativne.
And the ones who were very negative.
I koje su bile jako razočarajuće, jako negativne.
And they're looking to see how many live to be at least 85 years old.
I kod njih su da vide ko će da doživi 85 godina.
The happy group?
Ovi koji su bili sretni?
90% of them.
90% njih.
The negative group?
Ovi koji su bili negativni?
That was only 34%.
Njih je bilo samo 34%.
And the very negative group?
I oni koji su bili jako negativni?
11%.
Samo 11%.
And the only difference?
Jedina razlika
was in their mind.
Je bilo njihovom umu.
The choice they made every morning.
Izbor koji su pravili svakoga jutra.
But then they took the study one step further.
Ali onda su otišli dalje sa istraživanjem.
How many of this group lived to be at least 94?
Koliko ovo broj grupi njih živelo do 94. godine?
Well, that was 54% of them.
Bilo njih 54%.
The rest of them, they're all dead.
Ovaj ostatak gdje svi su bili mrtvi.
You want to live a long time?
Da li želite da dugo živite?
Get an attitude.
Promenite stav.
A positive attitude.
Pozitivan stav.
Now, they did another interesting study.
Pravili su još jedno interesantno istraživanje.
They told a group of people they were going to watch a funny video.
Rekli su grupi ljudi da će gledati jedan smešan video.
And they measured the rise in certain hormones in their body.
I provjeravali su vrstu hormona u njihovom organizmu.
You ever heard of beta endorphins?
Da li ste čuli za beta endorfine?
How many heard of that?
Koliko vas čulo?
Why, those are called the happy hormones.
To su zovu hormoni sreće.
They strengthen your immune system.
Oni ojačavaju vaš imunni sistem.
They were increased just by anticipation.
Oni su samo u nadanju su bili povećani.
27%.
27%.
That's a pretty good percentage.
To je dosta dobar procenat.
But then there's the human growth hormone.
Ali postoji i hormon rasta.
This is what builds your immune system.
Ovo je što gradi vaš imunni sistem.
When they heard the good news they're going to have a nice event,
kada su čuli dobru vest da će gledati video,
they increased 87%.
Povećala se 87%.
Do any of you anticipate something?
Da li vi nešto iščekujete?
I do.
Ja.
Every day I anticipate 2 things happening.
Ja iščekujem 2 stvari svaki dan.
I eat 2 meals a day.
Ja jedem 2 obroka na dan.
And I love my 2 meals a day.
I ja volim svoje 2 obroka na dan.
So I'm getting a shot of beta endorphins and human growth hormone.
Ja dobijam jednu injekciju tih beta endorfina, hormona rasta.
Just looking forward to my food.
Samo gledajući sa srećom na 2 obroka koje ću imati.
How many of you would like some beta endorphins right now?
Koliko od vas bi htjelo tih beta endorfina?
Okay. I got a few people wanting.
Evo imam par ljudi.
It's very easy.
To je jako jednostavno.
Just smile.
Samo se nasmijte.
Just the act of smiling
sam čin smeha
will release beta endorphins.
Će osloboditi beta endorfine.
What happens if you don't feel like smiling?
Šta ako se ne osjećate da se smijete?
Make yourself smile.
Naterajte se da se smijete.
Even that releases beta endorphins.
Čak će i to da oslobodi beta endorfine.
It's pretty amazing to me.
Nevjerovatno, zar ne?
Okay, so the first part of the verse.
Znači prvi deo stiha.
A merry heart does good like a medicine.
Znači veselo srce kao lek.
What's the last half of the verse?
Koji je drugi deo toga?
A broken spirit dries the bones. Now, when was that written?
Kada je taj stih pisan?
Does anyone know?
Da li neko zna?
First of all, who wrote it?
Prvo pitanje je koga je napisao?
Solomon.
Solomon.
He lived 3,000 years ago.
On je živio pre 3000 godina.
Before they discovered beta endorphins.
Pre nego što su otkrili beta endorfine.
Before they knew anything about human growth hormone.
Pre nego što znali za bilo kakve hormone za rast.
Where did he get that medical information?
Gde je on dobio te naučne saznanja?
From the God who made us.
Od Gospoda koga je stvorio.
Matter of fact, here's an interesting study.
Evo još jedno interesantno.
Go through the Bible.
Ide kroz Bibliju.
Find verses like this.
Nađite stihove kao što su ovi.
And then search the medical literature.
I tražite naučno istraživanje.
It's amazing what you will find out.
Nevjerovatno šta ćete naći.
Medical science is validating the Bible every day.
Zdravstvena nauka validira tu Bibliju danas.
So anyway, a broken spirit dries the bones.
Znači, slomljen duh suši kosti.
A big study.
Još jedno veliko istraživanje.
Two groups of women.
Dve grupe žena.
They had the same risk factors for heart disease.
Imali su iste faktore rizika od bolesti srca.
All right, the main risk factors are aging.
Znači, jedan od faktora je bio starenje.
High blood fats.
Puno masnoća.
High blood pressure.
Visok krvni pritisak.
And overweight.
I prekomerna težina.
Okay, two different groups.
Dve različite grupe.
Exactly the same factors.
Znači, isti faktore su imali.
One group didn't even think about it.
Jedna grupa uopšte ni ne razmišljala o tome.
The other group,
druga grupa,
always worried about it.
Je stalno brinula o tome.
In the group that worried about it,
I ona grupa koja je bila zabrinuta o tome,
they had 4 times more people die of heart disease.
Imali su 4 puta više ljudi koji umrlo od bolesti srca.
Now, is that biblical?
Da li je to biblijski?
Well, how about this verse in Luke, chapter 21, verse 26?
Šta ćemo s ovim stihom u Luci 21-28?
Men's hearts failing them for fear.
Ljudska srca propadaju zbog straha.
We have a saying in English.
Mi imamo jednu izreku na engleskom.
He's scared to death.
On je uplašen do smrti.
That really happens.
To se stvarno dešava.
Matter of fact, you can get such, even good emotions can kill you.
Znači, čak i dobre emocije mogu da vas ubiju.
We have a lot of lotteries in America.
Imamo dosta lotteries, lutrija u Americi.
And different things where you can win lots of money.
I na različit način možda dobijete puno novca.
And one of them, the people will come to your door.
I neko od njih je da ljudi dođe na vaša vrata.
Knock on the door.
Kucaju na vrata.
And say, you just won $1 million.
I kažu da ste dobili $1 milion.
How many of you like to hear that?
Koliko od vas bi želelo to da čuje?
2 people want to hear.
Dvoje ljudi.
But anyway, so they did this to a lady one day.
I to su radili jednoj devojci, ženi.
She opens the door.
Ona je otvorila vrata.
Hey, you may have won $1 million.
Vi ste možda dobili $1 milion.
She had a heart attack and died right there.
Imala je srčani udar i umrla na mestu.
So we got to watch the news sometimes.
I moramo da pazimo na mestu.
Right? Here's another one.
Evo još jedno.
A biblical principle.
Biblijski princip.
As you think, you are.
Ono što mislite, to ste.
I told this story last night.
A ovu priču sam ispričao sinoć.
There was a man who was having some health issues.
Bio je čovjek koji ima nekih zdravstvenih problema.
He goes to his doctor.
Otišao je kod svoga doktora.
The doctor says, okay, let's send you to get some testing done.
I doktor ga postavi da radi neke istraživanje.
Have a whole bunch of tests.
I dosta testova mora da uradi.
And the doctors came up with a DX.
I doktori su došli do DX.
That's shorthand for diagnosis.
I to je ukratko za dijagnozu.
What was the diagnosis?
Koja je njegova dijagnoza bila?
Stage 4 liver cancer.
I 4. stadijum raka jetre.
Inoperable.
Ne može da se operiše.
You were going to die of your liver cancer.
I rekli su mu, vi ćete umreti od raka
In
jetre.
fact, they said you have a few weeks to a few months to live.
Rekli su mu, imaš par nedelja do par meseci do života.
And that what really hurts a person.
I to može stvarno da povredi osobu.
The PX.
Prognoza.
Well, I didn't say prognosis. PX. That's the prognosis.
Yes.
That's what gets the clock ticking.
I ovo je što vam čini da sat otkuca.
Okay? And when he heard that,
I kada je to čuo,
what's he thinking?
šta je on razmišljao?
I'm going to die.
Ja ću da umrem.
In just a few weeks or a few months.
Za par nedelja ili par meseci.
So he goes home.
I otišao kod kuće.
And what do you think he does?
I šta mislite šta je uradio?
He dies.
On je umro.
Well, when he dies, they bring his body back to the hospital.
Znači kad je umro, doveli su telo u bolnicu.
They do an autopsy on him.
Radili su autopsiju.
They pulled out his liver.
Izveli su njegovu jetru.
What did they find?
I šta su našli?
One little tumor.
Jedan mali tumor.
Not stage 4.
Nije bio 4. stadijum.
Barely stage 1.
Jedno da je bio 1. stadijum.
Easily operable.
Jako lako da se operiše.
What killed him?
Šta ga je ubilo?
The prognosis.
Prognoza.
You're going to die.
Umrećeš.
And if you think you're going to die,
I ako mislite da ćete umreti,
you got a good opportunity of dying.
imate dobru šansu da umreti.
What you think you are.
Ono što mislite, to ste.
When I was growing up,
Kada sam odrastao,
my father called me everything.
Moj otac me nazivao svakako.
Stupid,
Glup,
worthless,
bezvredan,
a hippie,
hippie,
and it still affects me today.
i danas utiče to na mene.
The words that my father used on me.
Reči koje otac koristio na meni.
All right, another thing that happens in the mind.
Još jedna stvar se dešava u umu.
Anger.
Ljutnja.
You ever gotten angry?
Da li ste se nekad naljutili?
If you're angry for just 5 minutes,
Ako ste ljuti samo 5 minuta,
you know what happens to your body?
znate šta se dešava s vašim organizmom?
Your immune system is affected for 6 hours.
Vaš imunni sistem je pod utjecajem 6 sati.
And it's hard to be mad for just 5 minutes, isn't it?
I jako je teško biti ljut samo 5 minuta.
When we get mad, we want to be mad for a long time.
Kaže, kad se mi naljutimo, ja ćemo biti ljuti dosta dugo.
That means your immune system will be impaired for a long time.
Znači, vaš imunni sistem će biti utjecat će duži vremenski period.
But on the other side,
Ali sa druge strane,
if you feel appreciated
ako se osjećate cenjeni
for just 5 minutes,
za samo 5 minuta,
you know what it does?
znate nešto se dešava?
It strengthens your immune system
Ojača vaš imunni sistem.
for 6 hours.
6 sati.
Now, when does this phenomenon begin in the human experience?
Kada taj fenomen počne da se dešava kod ljudi?
Okay. Well, let me give you another story.
Evo daću još jednu priču.
There were 2 little girls born.
Rodile su se 2 devojčice.
They were twins.
Bili su bliznakinje.
They were 12 weeks premature.
Rodile su se 12 nedelja pre nego što je trebalo.
And one of them was doing perfectly fine,
I jedna se razvijela sasvim normalno,
but the other one was not.
ali druga nije.
Her lungs were not working properly.
Pluća nisu radile kako treba.
Her heart was not working properly.
Srce nije radilo kako treba.
And one day,
Jednoga dana
her temperature started going up,
temperatura se podigla
and the doctors realized this child's going to die.
i doslovno su shvatili da će ovo dete da umre.
Now, what was wrong with the child?
I šta je bilo sa detetom?
Well, it's very easy.
Je bilo jako jednostavno.
For 6 months,
U roku 6 meseci
she was right next to her sister.
bila je svo vreme blizu svoje sestre.
And then they pulled her out into the bright light and was separated from her sister.
I jako brzo su odoveli na svet i razdvojili su od sestre.
But the baby's dying.
Ali dete umire.
The nurse broke a rule.
Znači, sestra je slomljeno pravilo.
She took the healthy baby out of her incubator
Uzela je zdravo dete iz inkubatora
and put her in with the sick baby.
i stavila je sa bolesnim detetom.
The first thing the healthy baby did
I prva stvar koju je bolesno dete uradilo
was put her arm around her sister.
je zagrlila svoju sestru.
And immediately,
I u istom trenutku
the lungs were well,
pluća su radila,
the heart was well,
srce radilo,
and the temperature came down.
temperatura se spustila.
Yeah, it begins very early in life.
Dešava se jako brzo u našem životu.
You know,
Jako rano.
the girls did fine.
I devojčice su se sasvim dobro razvile.
For the first 5 years,
U prvih 6 godina,
they slept in the same bed.
prvih 5 godina su spavali u istom krevetu.
This is a picture of them just a few years ago.
Ovo je slika od pre par godina.
Doing just fine.
Bili su sasvim u redu.
You know, we need human touches.
Nama su potrebni ljudski dodiri.
You know, people are hurting out here.
Ljudi su povređeni.
There's so many lonely people.
Ima puno usamljenih ljudi.
You know the best thing for a lonely person to do?
Znate koja je najbolja stvar uraditi za usamljenu osobu?
Find somebody else lonely
Nađite još nekog koji je usamljen.
and make them feel like they've got a friend.
I napravite da veruju da imaju prijatelje.
Many people are longing for something they don't have.
I mnogi ljudi traže za nešto što im nedostaje.
People have lost hope.
Ljudi su izgubili nadu.
Lost hope there. They don't trust religion.
Ne veruju u religiju.
That's a lot of people don't trust religion.
Puno ljudi ne veruju u religiju.
They're suspicious of people.
Sumnjaju ljude
and they're just tired of life.
I umorni su od života.
Well, this distrustful religion thing,
Ovo što ne veruju u religiju,
I can understand this.
ja mogu to da razumem.
Most religions
Većina religija
preach Satan's first lie.
Propovedaju Sataninu prvu laž.
You know what Satan's first lie
Znate
is?
koja je prva Satanina laž?
You will not surely die.
Nećete umreći.
You're going to burn forever.
Gorećete zauvek.
Now that sounds like my earthly father.
To zvuči kao moj zemaljski otac.
Not my heavenly father.
Ne moj nebeski otac.
No one's going to burn forever.
Niko neće goreti zauvek.
I had a really good friend.
Ja sam imao dobrog prijatelja.
I was in the military for 14 years.
Ja sam bio u vojsci 14 godina.
And one of my friends, he was a big, muscular guy.
I on je bio mišićav i krupan čovjek.
And he had a cat.
I imao je mačku.
He loved his cat.
Voleo svoju mačku.
And one day, as he was coming home from work,
jednog dana vraćao se sa posla.
He saw his cat run out into the street.
I vidio svoju mačku kako trči preko ulice.
And a car ran over it.
I auto je pregazio mačku.
And he jumped out of his car and he ran to the cat.
Istrčao iz auta i otrčao do mačke.
It was mangled.
I bila je totalno.
It was all torn up.
Bila je sve.
It was badly injured. Come on.
Jako je loše bila povređena.
And it was suffering.
I patila je.
It was in great pain.
Bila u bolu.
What does my friend do?
I šta je moj prijatelj uradio?
Stomps on his head.
Zgazio na glavu.
Was that easy?
Da li to bilo lako?
Was it?
Da li?
No, it wasn't easy.
Ne, nije bilo lako.
Was it the right thing to do?
Da li je to bila prava stvar koju treba da uradi?
Yes.
Da.
Why?
Zašto?
It ended the poor cat's suffering very quickly.
Skratio je muke mačke jako brzo.
That's what God's going to do.
To će Gospod uradi.
He's not going to make people suffer forever.
Neće činiti da ljudi pate jako dugo.
That's what Satan said.
To Sotona govori.
You will not surely die.
Vi sigurno nećete umreti.
But God says,
ali Gospod kaže,
you will die.
Vi ćete umreti.
Now some are going to live forever.
Neki će živjeti večno.
Distrust of religion.
Nepoverenje u religiju.
I don't know if you've got these people over here in
Ja
Serbia.
ne znam da li imate ovakve ljude u Srbiji.
But we got some really strange people in America.
Ali mi imamo stvarno čudne ljude u Americi.
They are filthy rich.
Oni su prebogati.
And they prey upon the people.
I oni se mole nad ljudima.
Then you go into some churches.
I onda idete u neke crkve.
It's like going into a nightclub.
I to izgleda kao da idete u neki noćni klub.
You've got all the music going on.
Imate svakakvu muziku koja tamo ide.
And then you see the way some of these pastors act.
I onda vidite